Illegal gold processing factory caught in Kahama. And in sports, Simba to fight for the 3 points from Yanga in Kangaroo Derby on January 4th. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for joining Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. First, the national news. Last night, Tanzanians joined other nations around the world in welcoming the new year with hopes that this year will be a good one for them. In Dar es Salaam, residents went to National Vigil that was accompanied by a special prayer for the country's maintained peace, with other residents of the city celebrating in different ways.
Tunawashukuru sana viongozi wa dini wote mkiongozwa na viongozi.
We thank all religious leaders in the country on your efforts and contribution in praying for our country and support the government. You may continue praying to our president to have good health so that he can continue showing Tanzanians that they are not poor people and we are capable of doing so many things.
Kweli sio maskini, wa Tanzania tunaweza kweli kweli.
Whoever is determined to ruin our peace is not a good person. Let us not cooperate with such people. Let us remain firm in protecting our peace. And in Mwanza, the Christian Churches Association, which is made up of 3 councils, ATEC, CPCT and CCT, asked the government to ensure that the 2020 elections be conducted justly so as to ensure the nation does not have its peace disrupted, and for opposition leaders to take part, unlike what happened in last year's local government elections. We pray for the general elections to be handled freely and fairly so that this nation will not enter into any kind of conflicts. It will not be a good sign if political parties will continue dropping out from elections, like what happened during the local government elections. The Minister of Minerals, Dr. Biteko, has used the New Year's Vigil to conduct a search in gold mining areas in Kahama district, Shinyanga region, and successfully caught a factory mining gold illegally, speaking after the discovery of the mine, whose owners managed to escape and hide. Minister Biteko said that despite the government getting good environment for miners to work, there are still some who go against procedures, which endangers the lives of those residing in the area. The government has set proper procedures for the mining sector. The column that you're seeing here is able to carry 500 kilograms of gold. I'm trying to imagine how much gold has been stolen from this plant. Not only that, there are some toxic wastes dumped around this area, something that is hazardous to people living in the neighborhood. I did report to ward chairman, believing that as a government officer, he will take care of this matter. These activities have been going on for a while now, and leaders in this area have remained silent. I was the first person to report these activities. I wonder why people from far places are the ones responding to this matter. Some residents of Tabora have asked the government to remove bureaucracy and end a land conflict that is ongoing in various parts of the region. They say that the government delays in paying compensation in various areas that were taken for development activities has been one among the key causes for conflict, and that is difficult to have investors invest in areas with disputes.
yale maeneo yaliyo wazi kwenye vijiji vyetu.
Open areas in all the villages of the region must be identified because there are low productivity in some areas. A person owing 100 acres, I'm trying to imagine if they did acquire the land legally. Fully focused, let us begin saving and investing our funds. That is the only way to empower ourselves economically. Palm farmers in Kigoma region have asked the government to speed up distribution of modern palm seeds that called Tenera, which are commended for increasing production of palm oil. Once we get the seeds, I believe that we will benefit dearly because of its quality and short-term period of harvest. Farmers will benefit a lot. Tenera palm seedlings are produced in the country, which gives assurance of its yields, since they have been breeded under these climatic conditions, something that gives us assurance of its quality. At Kuitanga, our responsibility is making sure that everything is produced on time. So far, we have done a tremendous job. From the seeds that we have received today, on the 1st of January, they're going to be planted today. The government has urged residents of Dodoma to ensure they utilize the employment opportunities that come up every day due to significant investment being made in the city, emphasizing that no one will go to their homes to give them jobs. 2020, Dodoma is inviting development stakeholders to come and invest in the region, since there are vast areas established for industrial purposes. Our vision is to have many industries in Dodoma, so as to give enough employment opportunities to youth. Our company is delighted to invest in Tanzania, to give employment opportunities to Tanzanians living near our projects, with women given priority to those opportunities. Apart from selling petrol and diesel, we do offer various prizes to our customers as a token of appreciation. A resident of Kilima Kimoja Rotia Ward, Karatu District, Arusha, Abu Talib Shoko, has complained to Karatu District Council in the region for not giving him his 12 acres land that was taken illegally, despite the court naming him as the rightful owner.
Pamoja na kushinda kesi hii mahakama kuu.
Following the court ruling, he owns the road, but he is forcing to be given 12 acres and 7 to 400 feet, something that is not only legally right, but he wants a portion of land that does not belong to him. My advice is that leaders of this country should intervene in solving this conflict. Since the court ruling was in favor of Mr. Shoko, there are land councils in the district where the decision was made the same. Maybe they should go there again if they are not satisfied. The low level of production of rice in Kiela District Mbeya region has caused farmers not to meet the rice demands of foreign markets.
Masoko ya mchele wa ndani hayana shida.
Domestic markets are quite friendly. The main challenge is international markets. The markets are there, but the problem is production capacity. We once had an order of transporting 200 tons of rice from Kiela weekly to Lusaka, Zambia. We failed due to lack of enough food produce for export. More than 10,000 farmers have to be reached so as to educate them on proper rice farming procedures. We're expecting to visit 26 villages in Kiela and Lusekelo councils. Many farmers are facing challenges of agriculture inputs. Since their farming season is different from other crops, they normally don't depend on the government. Through these institutions that have been brought to us, farmers will be able to get financial support so that they can purchase their own agriculture inputs according to their farming season. Over 200,000 traditional land deeds have been given in a trial test plan to formalize land for the public that is being implemented by the government along with civil society organizations in Ulanga, Malinyi and Kilombero districts in Morogoro region.
Hizi miliki za kimila ambazo tunaziita CCROs ni mojawapo ya.
These CCROs is one among the government strategies in supporting poor people for them to generate their own incomes. Through these projects, almost 200 CCRO have been released. This gives us a clear picture that 200 people have been empowered in villages.
More
than 9,000 men, women and youth were given education on land issues, where right now they are capable of handling land issues according to Village Land Act and Proper Land Users Act.
Kusimamia ardhi kwa kutumia sheria ya ardhi ya vijiji pamoja na sheria ya matumizi bora ya ardhi.
The Executive Secretary of the Women's Union in CCM, Queen Mlozi, has told the community to recognize that the only way to get rid of poverty is to join groups so as to have united strength and get loans to run various development activities. Mlozi said this in Morogoro, where she also revealed that there is a need for leaders at various levels to oversee self-running economic groups, including those within district councils, to ensure they repay the loans they take so that others can benefit from the loans as well. I am commending citizens for decisions they made during the local government elections. Now we are focusing on the coming general elections. Women are the ones responsible in making sure that children go to school, and they are grateful for water projects that have been implemented, as well as completion of Mwalimu Nyerere Dam, which will help women with electricity. And that is the end of national news. International news follows next. Welcome back, and in international news. President Uhuru Kenyatta has asked Kenyans to embrace and strengthen unity in 2020. President Kenyatta said this during his New Year's national address at State House in Mombasa, where he also urged Kenyans to use the challenges they face to unite them further this new year.
It must be clear.
It must be clear to all of us as a country. We cannot preach or sell things that we do not consume. Coming from different positions, let us all accept our challenges with the aim of unifying and prosperity of our nation. The year 2020, we will continue making Kenya a better country for all our people as we build bridges of brotherhood among our people, with the intention of comprehensively addressing both historical and emerging national challenges.
We will continue to make Kenya a better nation for all her people.
The President of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, has announced that 2020 will be a difficult year for those who wish to commit crime in the country.
The year that is ending had good things, but also had bad things. The bad things included crime, like the killing of Nagirinya, landslides, and floods. Crime had gone up mainly because of the corruption and laxity of the police force and the other security agencies. There was also the historical under-equipping of the police force. When earlier on, I addressed Parliament on the 20th of June 2017, I laid out the 10 points of handling crime.
Kenyans have joined other nations in the world in celebrating the end of 2019 and ushering in 2020. God should help us build faith and increase development efforts. 2019, God blessed us with peace. We're calling on the government in this year to come up with plans that will reduce the burden of poverty among the people of Kenya. And that is the end of international news. Sports news follows shortly after this break.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him and he's going big drag through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him and he's going big drag through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Joaquinho, he did lose and then.
Welcome back, and in sports news tonight. Simba Sports Club management says they respect their rivals Yanga but will fight for the 3 points in the Kariakoo Derby on 4th of January this year when they meet.
If I may take this opportunity and say I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to this derby. I think the preparation has been good so far. A number of things have happened, if you recall, as a media, that we've recently changed the head coach. We brought in a new coach. We have recently managed to get few players back onto the pitch. Though I won't dwell too much on the technical things and players, that is not my responsibility, that is his coach's responsibility. But for information, it's important for you to note that, for instance, we had a very long injury that Boko had. So I'm excited to have seen him play 90 minutes yesterday. It says that whatever we are putting together with the doctors and the technical team, it's working out. The team for the past 3-4 matches has not been the same team in terms of who plays, but if you look closely, you'll realize that the coach has done very well to ensure that every player has got an opportunity to play.
Tanzanian boxer Eid Pialali has welcomed the new year with a win against Alexander Likande from Malawi through a knockout at the Kinesi Stadium.
We fought well, and I won through a knockout on the 4th round. He's a very, very good boxer. Even his record is splendid. But I am better. As I always say, I call myself Eid Pialali Simba. I also want to thank Tanzanians. A lot of them came to give me support.
Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp has revealed how he'd solved the ongoing issues surrounding VAR, with Aston Villa falling victim to another controversial decision on New Year's Day. Here's more on the story.
Video assistant referees were introduced at the start of the 2019-2020 campaign in an attempt to ease the pressure on officials and take human error out of the equation when clear and obvious errors have occurred. However, the technology has stolen headlines for all the wrong reasons, with marginal offside calls proving to be a source of major frustration for managers and supporters across the Premier League. Via midfielder Jacques Grealish has been at the center of latest perceived injustice, with his 12-minute strike against Burnley ruled out due to Wesley's heel being millimeters ahead of the last defender during the build-up. After another controversial incident, there was plenty of reaction on social media.
Paul Pogba's agent Mino Raiola has attacked Manchester United and insisted he won't send players to sign for the club in its current state. Here are more details.
Furthermore, the Italian-born Raiola thinks that the World Cup winner needs a club with a clear sporting project. Highlighting Pogba's former club Juventus, the United midfielder arrived back in Manchester United for a second spell with Red Devils in 2016, completing an £89 million switch from Juve. Much was expected of Pogba after he helped the Bianconeri win 4 successive Serie A titles in Italy, but he has proven a divisive figure among pundits and supporters since returning to the Premier League. The 26-year-old has struggled to produce his best form on a consistent basis amid concerns over his attitude and fitness levels.
Marcus Rashford has opened up on his time spent working under Louis van Gaal at Manchester United, expressing his gratitude towards the Dutchman for giving him the chance to shine at Old Trafford.
Forward rose through United's youth ranks before graduating to the senior squad in 2015 and quickly managed to force his way into Van Gaal's plans. Rashford endeared himself to supporters instantly when he hit 2 goals on his full Red Devils debut in the Europa League victory over Midtjylland in February 2016. He had the same impact during his first Premier League appearance for the club, scoring twice in a 3-2 win against Arsenal, and went on to finish the season with 8 goals from 18 outings across all competitions.
And Leipzig sporting director Marcus Kroschi has explained why the club missed out on the signature of Red Bull Salzburg striker Erling Haaland, and says that he would had to have fought for a place in the side. Here's more on the story.
The 19-year-old agreed to switch to fellow Bundesliga side Borussia Dortmund last month, with Leipzig among a long list of clubs who had shown an interest in the Norwegian international. Leipzig sporting director Kroschi told Bild the reasons behind the failed attempt to bring the strike. For us, Haaland was a very interesting alternative, especially for the summer, said Kroschi.
And that's what item ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. Thank you for watching and a good night.